everybody. Welcome. I'm Pastor Nina. And I want to give a disclaimer and apologize for everything that's about to happen. That's right. Everything that's about to happen right now. I'm just your humble host. I'm your humble servant. And I just want to let y'all know that I'm apologizing in advance. I want to thank you for coming to Men of Progress. We have some wonderful guests for you. And listen, you do not want to miss this. Y'all stop whispering over there because the mic is in front of you. Anyway, so you guys listen up. Man, they are already cutting up. And I haven't even switched the camera to them. But let me tell you, why don't you go ahead and share this? Share this now. Share it now. Share it. Share it. Everybody share it. Y'all share it. Everybody share it. Look at them. I don't even know why I'm trying to do this. I just, what? You got what? Oh my gosh. They were doing so much. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Good evening. Good evening. Come on now. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in. I need y'all to share this because I'm going to need some help. I'm telling you now. I already know I'm going to need some help. I'm going to need help. All right. So if y'all could please help me. First of all, help by saying hello. Because I can see how many people are on here. And only one person has said, oh, hey, there y'all go. Hey, Bridget, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Dr. Felisa, come on in, y'all. Come on. Hey, there's our admin, Amanda. If you have any questions for her, there's Kirsten. Listen, you got single friends, married friends that trying to be single. I mean, anybody, just go ahead and save this and share it. Hey, there's Mom Anderson. She's in the house. How you doing? How y'all doing? I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. But I'm telling you, I'm giving you a disclaimer now. The disclaimer is I'm not responsible for anything that is said or discussed. I am simply your humble servant. So please love, like, and share. And make sure you hit that emoji, okay? Make sure to let us know where you're watching from. Is it Hampton Roads? Are you in Indiana? Where are you in the world? We need to know that as well. And I'm here to tell you right now that I need to share. Because sharing is caring. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up myself and begin to share. All right. So let me see here. I'm going to share it to my story. Did you know that you can share it to your story when you hit share? Hey, Renee. Renee, look. Renee already she got notes and everything. She has questions. Okay. Chesapeake, Virginia. Hampton Roads in the house. Indiana, who's your state? Come on now. Who's your mama, Indiana? Come on now. All right. Okay. I'm sharing this. I'm still sharing it. And they over there cutting up. I know they are. I can feel it. I feel a cut up on the right of me. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I met these people by accident and I asked them to come on.
Sure did.
I met them by accident. And it's no, I mean, that's all I can tell you. Hey, Faith, Norfolk, Virginia, Norfolk. All right. That's my girl right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Jess. I see you, Shaylin, Madeline. Oh, see, y'all must all be on Jess and Madeline. Y'all must be on let me see. Let me look. Y'all must be on the group. And guess what? Your comments aren't showing up. So why don't y'all come on over to the network? Because your comments aren't showing up on the screen. That's Jess, Shaylin. I know Mom Anderson's are, but I don't know why. Jess's aren't showing up. Madeline's aren't showing up. Shaylin, yours aren't showing up. Mom Anderson's is showing up. That's it. So if Jess and them go over either to the network or to YouTube. All right. Okay, y'all, what's popping? Because I ain't the date. You know what? I'm see.
And those, my friend, are facts.
I know. Okay, y'all go ahead and share. Oh, I'm supposed to be sharing it. Okay, hold on. All right, so while I'm sharing this, I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all what's going on. What's going on is that not too long ago, my husband and I started talking about how we wanted to have segments that included a male perspective. And that not just any male, but a male that's progressing in his walk with the Lord. And we started Men of Progress. And for those of you who've been with us, he did a phenomenal series on faith. And we decided that we would also do something. Hey, Bree and hubby in the building. Hi, y'all. So we decided that we were going to do a different type of segment. And this one is called Get in the Game. Get in the Game. And we're going to be talking about relationships, not just relationships and dating. Hubby and I will have a segment. We want to have various segments about different kinds of relationships. So you want to make sure to mark your calendars and put it in your phone every first and third Monday at 7 p.m. because we got some stuff to talk about. Hey, Maddie, I can see you now, girl. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm sorry. Hey, Nikki. All right. So check this out. When you have shared it, put in the comments it's shared or done. But I need to know because we got to, and only 4 of y'all have liked this. I need to. Everybody got a job to do. Y'all got one job. And that job is to make sure that people get to hear this.
We got a whole hour to go. Come on.
Shh. Hazel, you know what? I'm going to shut this whole thing down. Keep messing with me today.
I too, Miss Hazel.
You know what?
I too. Touche.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I see that. I see that hand. Yes. Kirsten, thank you. Nikki, thank you. Now, the second thing I need you to do once you shared it is I need you to just go ahead and tag somebody in the doggone chat. Just go ahead and tag them. I know, Mom, I'm trying to get them to zip it. They are already cutting up. All right. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Y'all good to go. Okay. Now, I haven't even shared it on my page yet. Hold on. Because I'm trying to multitask and then they keep talking. And it's like, why are they talking? And then it's just distracting. Shh. It's just distracting. Okay, join them. Because they are working me already. Share. All right, now, so let me introduce you to our guest. Chris Anderson is the husband of a lovely wife that changed his life. He is a married man. I said again, he married man for over 25 years, going on 28 years now.
7.
Whatever.
Oh,
So he's been around, for a while, and now here we are, and we want to talk about dating, the dating scene, how we got together, and also how difficult it is for some to get it together now. And so what we did is we decided to invite a young lady who is not dating. We didn't have to look far, but we decided to call on our beloved daughter, Tori Golden. And so they will both, thank you for tagging people. Y'all are on it tonight. So anyway, 27 years, September 2nd. Thank you for that reminder, Mom. And so they are already tagging people. You'll be able to see them interacting in the chat. That's Christopher Anderson. He is running Men of Progress. I am simply trying to make sure that y'all direct the traffic this way. Now I have one more thing to ask you to do. I want to make sure that you know how to use the emoji, okay? So when you go in there, when you want to like it, you just multiply and push the like, or you push the love, or you push the laugh, and we get those little bubbles and everything. And it just makes us happy. All right? Okay, let me go ahead and switch the camera here, and then you will be able to, I don't know if they're ready. Tori, if you got a crazy face on your look on your face, it's about to go down. Okay, so just don't even do it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch it to them. And hey y'all, how you doing? Oh my God. How y'all doing?
We doing.
All right. So we already know how this thing works. You all are going to talk about some things, and I know Chris is going to be leading the way until Tori starts talking and takes over. But until then, again, for those of you who are just coming on, welcome to Men of Progress. Get in the game. This is about dating. We got father and daughter for some reason they both look the same age, but that's another conversation for another day. I don't know why they look the same age. I think my husband might be a clone. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to allow them to just kind of flow as they see fit. If you have any questions or whatever, we will have an email address down there. If you have any questions about the well or anything not pertaining to tonight, that's what that email is for. If you have questions tonight, you need to put them in the comments. And maybe you've been sneaking and watching us for a while now. I'm still talking. And so maybe you've been sneaking and watching for a while. Would you give us a shout out? And feel free to visit us on nitaanderson.org. Now, couple other things on Sunday. Sunday is Sister DeSarah Mentorship Panel for 60 and over. See what I have to deal with? That's why I got you on camera, because I just want them to see how I have to deal with this. Sister DeSarah Mentorship Panel for women 60 and over. Everybody's invited, but the mentorships for women 60 and older. That's at 7 o'clock.
What'd she say?
And then secondly, join Tea Time. How to resist the enemy. This is with Monica Boucher. Thursday at 7 p.m. Don't do me, y'all. Don't do me. All right. And then lastly, if you'd like to give to this wonderful project where we pay through the nose to have this platform and all these other different nice little blingy things, you can give, always give, Nina D. Anderson at gmail.com for Venmo, for Gmail, for Zelle, PayPal, or simply Cash App Nina D. Anderson. All right, let's get this party started. Y'all go ahead and greet everybody, and I'm going to sip some tea.
Well, after 12 minutes, thank you to the well and the men of progress.
Patty.
And that is my family. We love being petty towards each other. But welcome to Get in the Game about relationships. Brother Chris here and my daughter Tori, and we're excited to talk about this about relationships, dating, and so forth. And so over the next few weeks, we're really going to just share about our personal experiences and just have a good time and laugh, and give the Lord some praise and go from there. So I am going to let my daughter Tori actually start off and share about her experiences in the dating game, or things that she wants to add. And because I'm not going to, well, I'm not going to say it, but but I'm going to let her go ahead and take over, and then of course I'll chime in a little bit, and we'll definitely let you guys get involved, ask questions, comments, whatever you want to add into it or ask us. Go ahead, feel free. All right, Miss Tori.
Hi. Hello, y'all. So as you said, my name is Tori, and you guys have already seen me quite a few times, a little bit of everywhere. Hi. Hey, Karen, how you doing? So just a little bit of background about me. I am I'm number 2 out of 5 kids altogether. So I have 4 other siblings. It's all girls. So I'm number 2 out of 5 sisters, and I'm 30. I'll be 31 in August. Anyway, so I'm 30, and I can say that I've actually been seriously, I guess, dating for probably about, I would say about 5 to 6 years. Because before then, if you are a part of the church and you were raised in the church, you couldn't date as kids. It wasn't a thing. Okay, so so the whole dating thing, like when you're 16 and you bring home a guy, you're like, this is who I like, meet my parents, you guys go on trips and things like that. That was stuff that was only for the television. And this is my dog, y'all, and he just want to say hello. But I never we never actually did that. And so because I wasn't able to date. So being that I wasn't able to date, By the time I kind of got to college and I got through high school and things like that, I did not focus on it. Like I mean, because I had to be. And it's very interesting because if you're a kid that is going through this, it's like all the way up until like the age of like 23, and by they, I mean parents are like, why you're not dating? Don't date. It's not a thing.
That's
Watch.
not what happened.
So then I will tell you exactly what happened. I was talking to Mama, and Mama's like, "So, are you dating?" And I was like, "Girl, what you talking about? I'm only 23. I can't do none of that. I'm too young because I gotta focus on my books. You see." And that's what I was doing. Is literally very much so focusing on my books and getting my degrees. And so that's what I did. Lo and behold, I turned around, I looked up, 25 was here, y'all, and it was looking me square in the eye. All right. Not only was 25 here, but I was also like not dating, and it was something that I wasn't trying to navigate because I didn't feel comfortable navigating it because I didn't quite know what to do. Right. And it's not like I could really ask my parents, as hopeful as they are, because these people, as they have told you, have been married for a very long time. Okay, so at this point, they're not helpful.
Wow.
That's so petty.
They're not helpful as far as how to go about dating because they don't even know, right? So one day my mom gave me an idea and she was like, "You should try online dating."
Wow. I didn't know that. You told her that?
Yes. Yes. So she goes,
I'm sipping my
she goes, "You should try online dating because that's what people do in today's society." And it's very true. So often
you thought I didn't know. I told you I knew what was going on in the world.
She's supposed to be our sound mixer. I don't know. That's what she's supposed to be doing. Anyway. So Jess, it ain't as bad as it makes me seem now. So, but anywho, so she was like, "You should definitely give online dating a try because it's what people do right now, right?" And it's very true. To be honest, I'm not really the type of person that's typically approached in person. So people don't come up to me. What they do is they do stare. I get the gawkers, like the ones that do like. I don't speak to those because clearly they're mute. And there's really no need for me to stop whatever I'm doing to address why it is that your face is froze. But what they will do is they will like try to send me a message.
Nikki said, "Nikki, you just gonna tell the whole world that I asked you if you was online dating?"
Yes.
Okay, how many people are online dating? I need you to put it down in the chat if you have ever tried to online date, because I just can't believe that Nikki put me out there. Like, I was just curious.
It's all right. Listen.
Oh my
so what ended up happening is, Christian, girl, you know about them stairs? And I've never understood what's going on when it came down to the stairs, but I do like online dating. And the reason why I like online dating is because it allows for you to sort through the muck and miry clay kind of fast. Okay, because when I say muck and miry clay, I mean muck and miry clay. So there's a little bit of information that you should be aware of regarding me and my dating that's going to help you be able to understand the full scope of what it is that I'm talking about. Tori does typically date African Americans. Why is this? There is no why. Okay. Now, as of late, I have chosen to switch demographics. And if we get around to that, then we get around to that. But typically, I do date African Americans. So that's where a lot of my experience is, except for, and I'll tell you, the main reason why I probably don't date a lot of non-African Americans is because there's a cultural understanding about the way that you communicate as Black people that other ethnic groups don't communicate that way. Right. So it's more like it's a little bit more spicy if you're talking to a Black person. Right. So there's a lot more like laughing and jabbing and similar like jokes. So the way that it just kind of comes off is a bit more interesting. And I know that they're interested in me. Whereas for example, for some of the white men that have approached me, they just seem like they're being nice. So it's like, hi, you look really nice today. Thank you.
They're afraid to go past that.
And then the conversation just kind of fizzles out to a die.
Maybe
And I'm like,
y'all need to tag a white
like,
man.
this
Let's
ain't
find
no-
out.
I said, now, Charlie, I thought we was doing good. I don't know what happened. Okay, so that's typically what what ends up. There you go, 16 years, Faith.
Yeah.
So
I know quite a few people. that
Mom,
have
you
been
don't
married online.
know nobody that been married
do.
online because they met online. They ain't married online. They married in person. At any rate, so that's the crux about the dating thing. And I tell you, I have been talking to my dad and my mom as a source of comedy. And if you do follow me on my social media, then you know that I will expose the stupidity. Okay, because I am here and I get a lot of them. The thing about today's the thing about today's dating, that I think that those that are so fortunate to have escaped the hood of the dating scene is the hood. Is the fact that it's the thought of marriage is much different today. It is not a lot of people are considering getting married, right? Because they're like, why should I get married? And once again, for those that are coming in late, the demographic that I typically tend to interact with are Black men.
Michelle said, listen, I struggle with the white men.
And that's the thing, right? So I just want to be able to let y'all know that my struggle bus is with the Blacks. There is no one male that's better than the other. At this point, they're all in a cesspool of foolishness. And I'll tell you what the issue is, right? It's a cesspool of foolishness. And I'm not going to say it's all their fault. It really is a two-part situation. The issue is that women have allowed certain things for a very long time. And on the other side, society literally socializes our men to not be committed.
Woo! Deep. I'm glad we got a man in the room.
And
I think we're man bashing.
And by society, I'm talking about you as parents. Because that's the problem.
What? Did you just refer to us?
No, I said the parents. The parents be the problem. And this is why, right? Women
She's not talking about
are,
us.
because they ain't got no, y'all ain't got no sons. Besides, look at me. Am I not a display of the greatest thing that this generation has to offer as far as prime real estate for someone's daughter-in-law? Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Look at that.
Exactly.
Get my good side. At any rate, so what ends up happening is that women and men are socialized much differently from a very young age. And I've had the opportunity to be able to interact and ask a lot of my men friends questions, right? So, hey, sister, that's my sister, y'all. That's her. Hey, girl. Hey.
That's another whole set of stories. Right
that's
we're
number one.
We're trying to get her to come and do a segment with her daddy. That's gonna be interesting.
That's number one. I'm number two. At any rate, so women are socialized from a very young age that they have to be very much well put together, right? And it really does cause them to be psychologically impacted in various stages of development. But from a very young age, it's you got to be modest. You got to keep yourself pure. You got to be chaste. You got to do all these things. On the other side, we got the boys that will always be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys need to sow their wild oats, etc. And I've always wanted to know, for these same parents that tell their sons and their daughters two totally different things, who do you think these boys are sleeping with?
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not going to groom them in the same likeness, you have to understand that in order for your daughter to then be able to get the husband that you were talking about and get the kids that you were talking about in the house that you're talking about, Majority. Please do not tell me that this is not everybody because I'm using specific words on purpose. Majority. And don't fight me, fight your mama. Majority of the men, Christian and secular alike, are mandating that your daughters have sex with them without even a relationship. It's the audition to the relationship.
Come on.
And I saw this on I think I saw it on the TikTok. On the TikTok.
I was like, what?
I think that's where I saw it at. It says private jets are very expensive. Private hotels are very expensive. Private functions are very expensive. Private clubs are very expensive. And your sons want our private parts for free.
Come on.
Ooh. Ain't that crazy?
Say it again.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Not my private part.
Wait a minute. Say it again. We need to hear that again.
So essentially they said private jets are very expensive. Private events are very expensive. Private clubs, private hotels, private properties are all very expensive and highly guarded. But yet your sons want women to give them their private parts for free. And that's crazy.
Wow.
Meanwhile, at the same time, you also have the social standard that's literally being weighed down because you have women that are trying to still navigate society the way that they were raised, right? Which is no thank you. Are you going to marry me? No thank you. And the men aren't having it. Like the men I'm talking about the minister of music that's playing on your keyboards right now. He is a terrorist to the women folk. He's a terrorist. Okay. Meanwhile, y'all older, saved, and married folks are talking to the young women, and y'all tell us, that's a good boy. Have you tried to talk to him? And we know that he's a hoe. But we don't tell y'all because we ain't got no time to be able to try to waste you. We ain't trying to shatter nobody's imitations of this type of stuff. Okay, we're not trying to shatter nobody's perspective. And we just be like, no, it's okay. He ain't our type. Meanwhile, we already know that there's two women fighting over this same man, and both of them is pregnant right now with a kid, and they 5 days due apart.
Dang.
Okay. And we talking bad about them in the group chat, y'all. And you also get in the group chat as well. Because we be like, why did Sister Bethel sit up here and tell us that JJ was a good guy? Everybody in the group chat like, JJ, you talking about the minister of music? You talking about the one that got 2 kids on the way and a possible?
And a possible. Like it's a
spades, yeah. You know, that's a favorite card game.
And a possible. Okay. So it's something that we have to be able to navigate. And on a far off side, on the flip side of marriage, right? Because of the fact that you have been raising your daughters in this very virgin mindset, you have one of two things that happen. One, she slips up and she's no longer a virgin, and now she's trying to deal with guilt. And she quite doesn't know how to do that. This G word is something that men don't feel.
Yeah.
Guilt.
Yeah.
Men don't feel not an ounce of guilt. They like, why are you so upset? What's these emotions you talk about? It was just sex. Chill out. Meanwhile, the guilt that's associated with it is because for women, sex has consequences.
Yeah.
For men, sex has STIs.
Come on.
That's about as bad as that's gonna get for y'all. Okay. And even when it comes down to oh, they changed it from STDs a long time ago, Daddy.
Oh, okay. See,
That's
I've been married too long.
You better not know what an STI is.
See this? It's because it's not a disease. They say it's an infection, unless it's something incurable. Then it's a dis-ease.
Oh my God.
Girl. So, and Michelle girl, you ain't told no lies. Because I literally, me and my best friend, y'all know who that is. Okay. She's the illest. She may pop up in these chats eventually. Who knows? But me and my best friend have literally discussed it. It is a shame when non-Christian men are better to date than Christian men. Because non-Christian men will literally let you have your choice. If you tell them no to sex, they won't pressure you. They'll walk away. I'd rather you do that.
Come on.
Or they'll wait it out. They may not know Jesus, but what they
Where did they go? There they are. Okay. Can y'all see us? Can y'all hear us? Somebody say something. Let me check my settings.
Oh yeah, she must be looking at a different screen that she ain't trying to show us.
No. Oh, come back, they said. I don't know. This has never happened.
Mom, you can't just go through Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing that went black, my lord.
This is weird. Okay, I'm here. Hey, y'all. Okay, y'all back? Look how short. Look at. I can hear now. Okay. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't share this again and tell people to come on, the devil is busy because we spilling the tea. I said the devil is busy because we spilling the tea.
They said we got you now. So
now, Tamara said, Tori, go back to the non-Christian men. Want to wait. We'll wait it out.
Oh man, see, look, now I can't even look at me.
What you mean you can't look at you?
Because I don't see nothing on this here screen right here,
on the
Deacon.
screen.
Oh, well, hold on. let me airplay it. Sorry. No wonder y'all was looking all crazy and everything. I'm looking at y'all like, why didn't y'all? See, they have their own monitor, y'all, and they can't see nothing. Ooh. Okay, just keep talking. Y'all gonna have to talk without it.
That's crazy.
And action.
Well,
technical difficulties. Okay, Tamara said, go back to
let them know that I'm be talking to my booking agent because I'm sick of doing these type of at-home functions.
Oh my God!
I need bigger stages, people. At any rate, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right there. So, at the very least, essentially, it has come to my understanding that I have had actions more meaningful interactions with non-Christian men than I have with Christian men. And these aren't bad people. I don't want you to think that they're bad people. What they are is clearly misled. But once again, I am not that the way that they're socialized is much different than the way that women are socialized. And as a result, you have women that are coming into this game of dating, playing by a totally different set of rules. Because women come in and we're like, we're supposed to be dating for marriage. We're trying to get married. We want to have kids. We're supposed to be trying to build a life. We're trying to do all these other things. And men come to the game with these are the 3 words that I have come to loathe. Well, the 4 words I've come to loathe. Go with the flow. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. This is a generation of go with the flow. I've never seen so much flowing in my life. Okay.
You know what?
I've never seen it. And when I talk to those that aren't currently in the dating pool, like I was telling Mom, I was like, Mom, when you were dating somebody, they was the dude from the neighborhood or from the city. You weren't dating nobody in a totally different state or outside of the city.
Right.
1, you knew that other people existed, but 2, you also knew you couldn't get to them. So it didn't make no difference no how. Right? It didn't make no never mind. You had your little pager, but if they didn't have your pager number, they just couldn't somehow search this random database and you pop up. No, they still had to know you. You had to know at least one person that knew the other person in order for you to get connected. And that's how it was back in the day. But in today's society, on these dating apps, you can literally use a feature that's called travel. Tori, what?
Explain to them what travel is again, Tori.
And that could also be my problem. But usually it's a premium feature, and what it allows for you to do is you can put in any city or country you want to match people that are in. So if I'm here in Virginia Beach and I'm like, well, I think that the Spirit of the Lord has told me that my husband is located somewhere in Oklahoma. By no means do I feel that way. This is just an example. But if I thought that I wanted to meet somebody that was in Oklahoma, or if I wanted to meet somebody that was in Dallas, Texas, or if I wanted to meet somebody that was in Pennsylvania, like Philly, all I'd have to do is type in the city, press travel, and now everybody in that vicinity is now available to me. And now what I'm able to do is that I can swipe right on them and chat with them and get to know somebody that are miles away. Y'all, I'm back and able to see myself.
Oh my God.
I'm back.
And there's no delay either.
Okay, look at that.
That was the Lord. I took it off of the hotspot.
Whoa, my.
And then I put it back on internet. I'm
Miss
over here
Hazel,
working. I need an offering. I'm over here working. Lord, I need an offering.
Ain't this here your juke joint? Okay.
If y'all can hear and see me, if y'all can hear them, say amen or something.
So basically it allows for you to be exposed to all of these people that are technically outside of your reach, right? They're not a part of your immediate neighborhood. And I think that part of the issue there is the fact that too many options does breed indecision. It's true. Too many options breeds indecision. And as a result, you have somebody that's good, but they're not perfect. And I think that's another issue with this generation is that she not the catch fishing. You talking about catfishing? Oh my. Listen, speaking of catch fishing, I got a story. I'll go ahead and tell you. So I got a story.
Wait, before you say anything else, I just want you to know that eventually I will say something. But this is my daughter, and I always allow her to speak her mind. So I'm going to let her keep expressing herself because she needs to tell a lot of the, I'm going to say, the older saints, this is how it is in the dating world right now. Because when I speak, I'm going to go back to the 20th century. But now you're going to hear all the 21st century, okay? So I'll speak eventually, but it's her floor, okay?
And you can also see why, you know, she having trouble finding a man. Because she going to have to find one that's going to listen to
Right.
her. Okay,
Right.
I'm just playing. Keep going.
I would just like to admit that I ain't got no troubles. I just don't want the ones that want me. Don't be confused. I ain't got no troubles.
See what I'm talking about?
I ain't got not an elm, but okay. But Miss Hazel, the catch fishing. Let me tell you. So basically, though, for those that don't know, there's literally a show that's out. It's called Catfished, right? Essentially, what happens is that these people get on Al Gore's internet and they lie about their identity. Okay, and here they are. They have the pictures and things like that. And you swipe right on him because he looks nice. You're like, oh, this is a nice looking guy. I can see the pictures. It's really, really nice. And then he's like, hey, I would like to take you out on a date. And then you're like, yeah, all right, Jerry, you can go ahead and take me on a date. Come to find out, you go to the date. Jerry is actually a 30-year-old female. Her name is Sheila. And Sheila, Sheila didn't really think through the fact that she asked you out on a date. And now you're going to see that she's been catfished. So I'll tell you this is what happened to me. There's all different types of catfishing, right? It's basically just when you present yourself online and you're different, you look different than what you look like,
My Lord.
in person. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay.
What happened?
Well, one sad stormy day, I decided that there was this guy that I had matched with. He was not black. I tried once in a while.
I remember this one.
And he was a really, really cool guy. No problem. We both like anime. And if you don't know what anime is, it is not the person that got beat up by Ike. It is actually
What?
Anime.
The cake anime.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
So, it is not the female that we affectionately love and know as Tina Turner, okay? But it's a genre of cartoon that's basically Asian dominant. Yes, Renee. Then let me tell you what happened now. So what ended up happening was he was like, "Oh my gosh, I really love anime, and you love anime." And My Hero Academia, the movie, had just come out, and that's how recent it was because it just came out like this year. Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. For any girl that's dating, if you're not doing it, your location should be shared with your friend, not with your parent, because they'll show up. Your friend.
You talking about your mother, right?
She don't
You're
know
talking about your
nowhere
mother.
that I'm located.
So bad. This
Yes.
is so bad.
So So my best friend always has my location. Okay, so she knows even now that I'm being held hostage against my will at my parents' home. So at any rate, I let her know, oh, I'm about to go on this movie date, right? Dude seemed pretty cool, X, Y, and Z. And y'all, to be honest, I'm not somebody that actually has a type. Like, I don't typecast. I'm more so character based. But if you don't look like your pictures, I got a problem. Okay? I do. Y'all, I want you to know that this well-meaning human showed up 50 pounds heavier than his picture. Wow. Now, before y'all try to call me some type of a slender shamer or whatever, okay? It's not, that's not the problem. The problem is that you lied to me. And if you lied to me about what you look like, I don't know why you think by the time that I put these 4 eyes, yes, I do have in 2 contacts, these 4 eyes on your physical person, why do you think I would continue here? Okay? Y'all, it was bad. I was like, and this is literally something that you should actually teach the men folk, because there's a lot of men who like to think that women just don't like them. But the issue is that you present ugly. Wow. Like, you don't, to the same extent that men want women who look nice. Y'all men folk can't be running around here looking like Lumberjack John, looking like a mess with your pants on the ground. And then y'all out here in the comments like, I'm searching for a baddie. A bad what? You're bad Bill? What is going on?
Oh my gosh, not bad Bill.
How?
Commercial.
How?
Commercial.
How? So it's something that happens. Has it happened to me often? No, it didn't. But in all honesty, for me, I will not be attracted to you if you're a liar. And I was raised that it's either you lied or you didn't lie. But there's no, I didn't lie, but I also didn't tell the truth, because that's a lie.
Oh no, this is awful.
So when it comes down to that, now I would rather be catfished by someone who is heavier than someone who is shorter. I ended up on a coffee date at Starbucks with a
hobbit.
But was it Gollum? And in all honesty, Jess, since you went ahead and said that, he indeed was a hobbit. Yes, because the thing about it is I understand that men have egos. I get it. I think that this generation of men has not learned how to deal with rejection, right? Because there's a lot of things that go into dating as far as trying to remain safe when it comes down to dating, because for some reason this generation, and that word no, it just weighs heavy on their hearts and minds. Yes.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and let Tori get a breather, because I know that she needs it. Y'all.
You got some more announcements?
Help me. I'm being held against my will. I hope you've been having a good time. Thank you so very much. The devil is busy. You know why he's busy? Because he doesn't want you to have this tea. He doesn't want you to know what the tactics are. For you parents, you need to know what your daughters, what your sons are up against, because it's real. And so I love the rawness of Tori. We're going to continue this conversation. I just wanted to give them a break to breathe. Well, i.e. Tori, a break to breathe. And I also want to let y'all know that I was still here behind the scene like Wizard of Oz, trying to make sure that we don't lose y'all again. Those of you who have been with us and been on Men of Progress before know this never happens. That's how I know that there was some good content going on. So if you like this, continue to share it, continue to tag your friends, and I promise we won't hang up on you this time. Now, I'm going to segue and give the brother a chance to kind of respond to some of the things, and then we're going to have another conversation in just a matter of moments. And that conversation is going to be about, what do you do if, number one, you're not attracted? This is for Tori. Number one, if you're not attracted to men outside of your race, okay? Because we've often talked about the fact that there are too many fish in the sea for you to just be fishing for tuna. Anyway, that's the one thing. Then the other thing is, we had a question from someone who was asking, why do men avoid deep conversations? So we'll get to that from my husband in just a moment. So I'm going to send it back over to them, and let's see what they over there talking about. Tori, you all right? All right, so let's get this party started. All righty, let's go.
Are we answering questions?
Yeah, we are actually answering questions or what?
No, it's just, first of all, you can start with that question, honey, but then take us back to the
1991.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
I started dating before 1991. Thank you very much. But why do men avoid the hard questions? I'm basically, let me just talk about me.
Well,
concerning the hard questions. I never avoided the hard questions. I like to answer questions. And maybe, I'm just, Nina has always said I've been different. I was different. I'm different, but because hard questions actually is something that would expose, I'm going to say it exposes the truth. And so for a man to avoid a hard question means they're trying to avoid the truth about themselves, or to show that vulnerability. And I would say they're trying to avoid the vulnerability because it's for several reasons. One is because of their background, how they were raised, where they were raised. And for the older generations, most of us were taught to be, to be hard, or to be a man, or stop crying, things like that. And so I don't believe someone, as they were growing up, took the time to explain to them that it's okay to have some softer feelings. It's okay to feel vulnerable, especially towards a woman that you're interested in. Because, a lot of women, they like to have those feelings, express those feelings, and to know that who they're going to be with, that they can, cry on their shoulder, and just be able to open themselves up to you, and for you to, first of all, learn how to listen, which I did with my daughter for the last 45 minutes. So it's just something that I believe a lot of men are not being taught. You have to know how to listen. Just sit there and listen, and not try to give, to be able to fix what it is that the woman, the wife, or the girlfriend, or the interest is trying to explain to you. Just learn how to listen.
Yeah.
And then try to in fact, you might not even have to say nothing at that moment when they're done talking. You might need to just go away after you're done seeing each other, or I'm going to say in the dating scene. After you separate, go your separate ways, go your separate places, and then come back. And then if you have something to say, don't try to just, again, don't even try to fix it. Maybe say more how you feel. And that's more of avoiding a hard question, or avoiding, I'm going to say, the difficult things that she said to you. So, learn how to have those kind of conversations, and not try to internalize the hardness. Just let it go. It doesn't make you less of a man.
Well,
and actually, I believe it makes you more of a man, because if you're looking for, someone to be with, I'm not going to say just to be with, but someone to spend your life with. Then yes, marriage. If you're looking for someone to spend your whole life with till death do you part, yes, marriage. Then learn how to just answer those hard questions that they ask you. Because if they can't talk to you, as Tori beautifully expressed.
Yes.
If my daughter can't express herself to you, then you need to just keep on going.
Keep on going.
And you know what? I'm going to back her 100% in that. Your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife should be able to express herself to you, and you should just have the ability to sit there and listen. Period. Wow. Just sit there and listen.
I have
So-
a question there, honey, that kind of goes along with what you're saying. It's up on there. Pamela wants to know, why do men frequently use the phrase, "It's not you, it's me"? It's not you, it's me. That kind of goes along with it, but it's kind of a really vague, thing. I know you can't speak for all men,
Right.
but what do you think that is meant behind that comment?
To be honest, I really don't know, because I never said that. I've never said that.
Well, I would
okay.
honestly say, Miss Pam, hey girl, they're actually being honest. It's, although it is used as a way to kind of let you down easy, it's honesty. And the way that I tend to respond to those type of things, and I go, you're right. It is you. I am fully aware that you are the problem here, my friend. I don't want you to think that it is lost on me at all. I think that women, I think that the way that women's minds think, it's you can't be afraid that you won't be desired again. Because that's how you end up in those situations where you're with men who say these type of things like, it's you, not me. But then he's also going to spin the block. Now, I know that I've lost those that are married.
I was going to say, you think they can use it as a deflection?
Well, it's not even a deflection, right? Because what it does for women, because women like closure. And by women, I mean other people than me, because I don't care what you open or close, honey. When I'm done. Closed up. But women genuinely we like closure. So we like to be able to understand, why are you no longer interested in me? So it's not you, it's me, is it leaves that door open for her to continually accept conversation with him in hopes that he'll actually give her closure to move on. He won't do it. It don't work that way. Okay. It's always going to be, I'm not ready yet. And in all honesty, take them at their word. Example, there was a guy who I was talking to. We had been talking for maybe about 3 weeks or so. Okay. 3 weeks or so. And he finally lets me know, I'm not ready for a relationship, X, Y, and Z. I go, fantastic. Thank you so much for letting me know that. And I move him just like this. Boop. Bow.
We need to see that again, please.
Boop. Bow. Moved him right on out the way, darling.
And why did you do that, Tori?
Because he told me that he wasn't interested in no relationship. And all I'm trying to do is be in a relationship.
Well, maybe you want to be friends.
I ain't trying to be your friend. I don't find my friends on no dating website. Is that where you find yours?
I don't even know how to do that. But can you please go back? Can you tell us what spin the block is?
So all I'm trying to say is that after I dropped this one, 2 weeks later, he was like, I really want to be in a relationship with you. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. Nah. Because just 2 weeks ago, you wasn't ready for no relation and no ship. and now you want one of them because maybe you saw him walking down the street. Nope, not here. So sometimes you really do just have to hold men at their word. And if their heart and mind really did change, they'll stick it out. But you can't be so quick to just be like, come back in, spin the block. Spin the block means that they basically, I don't know what y'all would call this back in y'all's terminology, but essentially what they do is they'll check in on you to see if you're available and you've dropped your standards enough to do what it is that they've asked. Whoa. So if they show up, it's like, oh, hey, X, Y, and Z. You're like, no, that's not really how I get down. If you want to be in a relationship with me, this is kind of what you got to do. Woo, woo, woo. And then they go, nah, that's not really for me, but I wish you the best. And y'all like, okay, cool. 3 months, you ain't heard from this joker for no reason. All of a sudden, you get a text. The text goes, hey, how have you been? It's been a little while. He has just spun the block.
Hey, my Lord.
He's just spun the block. He's trying to see if you're still single. Okay. And what he's going to ask you, how's the whole dating thing going? Okay. And you can either be honest or you can lie, but me, honesty is always my best policy. I'm doing fine.
Now, let me say something right there. That is what I mean, man, when I say you need to listen. Because if you had to listen to what whoever that was out there, if you had to listen to what Tori said the first time, and if you had heard the seriousness in her voice, you should have been able to interpret that you are playing games. I'm not about the game. So you're not going to get in this game. You need to go ahead and play games somewhere else because I'm not the one. So stop playing games. Stop playing games. Okay? If you really want to find something serious, then be serious from the start. Stop playing with these ladies' head because I'm gonna tell you right now, ladies ain't stupid. They are very smart. In fact, they are so smart. Okay, let me just put it this way.
Don't say nothing about me and I ain't on the camera.
I'm gonna have to say something about my wife.
Well,
because look, I've been married a long time, and really right now, that's all I can associate with right now. Okay, so when we were dating, and Nina, I mean, I already knew when I first met her that, you know, she wasn't about the game, and she was very smart. But I mean, I was smart too because I messed up her game. But anyway, after we went on after the first date, and we began to, you know, talk some more and to get to know each other more. And I went to her house for the first time. And you know, and if you had heard the testimony of how we met, you know, she used to have some, you know, the dudes laid out on the couch. He just sitting on the couch, lined up, and Nina's just controlling the whole atmosphere,
like a club lobby it was.
I just don't like any of this. I'm not on the camera.
And so I'm
it's
like,
not right.
I'm like, okay, this woman ain't stupid. I mean, she got a lot of smarts, you know, and so I know that I can't just come in this scene and act like, you know, I'm better than these dudes here. I'm not going to play the game. And so I basically sat my tail down on the couch too, but I listened. I listened to what Nina said to these other guys. I listened to how those other guys responded. And I would say this, those other guys were stupid. Because if they wasn't stupid, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I won the game because I learned how to listen. And so I listened to what Nina liked. I listened to what Nina didn't like. And I took it seriously. I listened to everything. And so, look, if you got terrible ears, then look, go to the doctor, you know, get the hot wax and get whatever's in there, get it out. Get some Q-tips, whatever you got to use. And then on top of that, put some glue on your behind and don't move. Just learn how to stay stationary, shut your mouth, and listen to the hearts of these women because they are not stupid. If my daughter here was stupid, she's not stupid because we didn't raise stupid. We raised intelligence. If she was stupid, she would have ended up with that dude trying to play the game that spun the block. And so
What you call it, baby?
He spun the block. He spun it.
And he's now part of the team of those that check in on me regularly to make sure that I'm doing all right.
They're outside on the concrete.
They all are.
But yeah, talk about that. Yeah, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so that's what it's a situation to where you have to kind of be okay with being able to let men go. Like for women in today's society, you have to be okay with being like, no, thank you. At some point, you have to come to the point to where it's like, okay, if I am to be single, which I'm gonna tell you what helps you get through this little single time is having meaningful friendships.
Yeah, that's true.
And companionship. Yeah. Because you do need companions because we are not built to be alone. Yeah. There is no human that was created for isolation and to be alone, right? And yeah, you will get lonely. It's a thing that happens, right? Now you have one or two decisions about the way that you can go about this, and I'm still on the fence. You can either continue to kind of do this whole thing where you're just kind of searching and you're going to keep it kind of clean and stuff like that, or you can start to play these jokers. Now, I'm not saying what's wrong or what's right, because that's also none of my business. That's between you and your and your Savior. That's how you work out your own soul salvation. As long as you can close your eyes and you feel okay with yourself, you take that up with your own. But for me, it's a matter of I don't like to waste my time. I have always been somebody that has understood the precious commodity that time is. It is never something that you can actually get again. So be happy this moment in 2022 on this day at this time will never happen again. So if I'm going to give you my time, then at the very least, you should be respectful of me as a person. And then you're able to kind of go from there. It's a very nuanced situation, because the reality is that I had to come to realize that I did not know is that men are stupid.
Not all men.
No. When it comes down to them being able to interact with a woman, there's a disconnect there. And so because of that, women have to understand that men will do some very things, not cheating on you. But I think that married women should be more open with single women about the stupidity that they put up with dating. For example, there was a friend of mine that was dating this guy. They got engaged and they were about to get married. She handed him the money for like the cake or something. It was like, go ahead and you can take the money to the cake. This man came back with a sleeve of tattoo. And he said, but I get paid in like 2 days. So I'm going to just go and take that money to go and do the thing. Very up here, it's like, what? And there's a lot of things that men do that aren't harmful to women. But up here, you're just like, did you really think that made sense? That didn't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. So like men who, for example, a pet peeve of mine is if you schedule a date with me and you pick the time and you pick the location and you pick what we're going to be able to do and you cancel 30 minutes before I'm supposed to meet you, I'm upset. It's stupid. I'm not saying that the reason that you're canceling may not be a good reason. I'm saying that the lack of communication to be able to keep me abreast about what's going on is causing there to be a rift in my desire to give you a second chance. Because in today's society, a lot of men operate as if a second chance is something that's just going to come to them. Like it really is a thing. And so even now I do have guys in my inbox who are like, I'm so sorry. I didn't really, I misused the chance to be able to get to know you. I shouldn't have done that. You're amazing. You're beautiful, X, Y, and Z. You should give me another chance. I said, Joker, I gave you 2. Now, why do you think that these other chances are coming for free? Do you go to Walmart and be like, I like those chips, let me get another one, and you don't got to pay? Like, no. So there are certain just things that mentally men don't think about. And so in that, you have to be able to decide, is this person worth me trying to work this out with them? Because you know, based off of the interaction, what the actual feeling is, right? Like, you know, if you felt disrespected and you're like, I felt disrespected, X, Y, and Z. He's like, well, you can only feel disrespected if you've been disrespected.
Yeah.
Here you go.
All right. So there was a question. What is the biggest difference that you see between 1990s dating scene and now?
Tori's on it. Ha!
Yeah.
I'm on the scene like a dancing machine.
Hey, the biggest difference right off the bat, you know, Tori already said it, is these dating apps and websites.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, in the 90s, we just had beepers.
Well,
beepers
Pagers.
or pagers, you know, real phones that you talk through. You couldn't see their face while you was talking. Didn't have these cell phones where you could do FaceTime and all that good stuff. But going by the from what I've heard from my daughters and other young ladies and guys, is that I'm going to say that I just need to I'm going to use my own experience, because if I say my own experience, then maybe it'll encourage some of you guys out there that are watching and listening. When I dated, I'm going to start before I met Nina, or I'm going to say when I met Nina. I love to get a rose and take it to the person that I asked out on a date.
So you took the rose to more than other people too?
I said before I met you.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. These men out here is broke.
I did have a life before I met Nina Anderson.
Oh
it wasn't the life for him, huh? It wasn't the best life. I got you, Mama. His life is now enriched because of us.
Yeah, but back then, but before I knew them, I loved to give a rose to the ones that I was taking out on a date. And I was on time. I never canceled. So for those of you who are canceling, y'all trash. I'm sorry. Y'all trash. I would never cancel a date, because not only did they go through all the problems of getting themselves ready, but you went through the problem of getting yourself ready too. So it's like you wasting their time and you wasting your own time. You wasting all time. So you trash. You just wasted. So I was there. I was on time, and I was a simple dater. Again, the rose, take him out to a movie. Afterwards, some of the places after the date, of course, you had to get something to eat. And sometimes I would take them to the park, and we, walk in the park, or we would, do something fun, go to putt golfing games. I was a real gamer, the gamer where you put in tokens or quarters and then you putt. And I was consistent. I did some of the same. I'm gonna say this. I was not the kind of person that did a whole bunch of different things. I stayed in the same stream of dating because it worked. Okay. It worked. So when I met Nina, and I pulled up to her house on our first date, did I not have a rose?
You did have a rose.
I gave her a rose, and the other young ladies, her roommates, they was all that good stuff. And so, and we went to the movies. Well, we saw Carlito's Way. Yeah. That was such a good movie back then. Yeah. And then we went out to dinner. And now, this is the thing, though.
Well,
this is the thing. Nina had her girls set up to beat her just in case things weren't going right.
Absolutely.
And so so she did that. But I was cool with that, though. I didn't allow that to totally always have an escape route.
Absolutely. You gotta
escape route. So I guess I was a Ted Bundy type person that she had to have an escape route.
No, it be the good ones that will tear up a date. Trust me. Yeah. And you're like, you were doing so good.
Well, and even when I talked to Tori's like, no, you ain't driving me. I'm gonna meet him there. And when I want to leave, I'm going to get in my car and leave. That is an escape route. Okay.
So you didn't have a car.
But
she could run because she used to run track. I got you.
Yes, Lord, help me, Jesus.
Now faster than me though. But still, it was a good date. Me and Nina, we really had a good date. And Dad,
I got a question.
Go ahead.
In today's society, there's a lot of conversation about how expensive it is to date.
Go ahead.
The question is, and a lot of men have been asking this, should women pay for the first date?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say no. If you are pursuing the woman, you should pay for everything on that date. And if you can't afford to pay for everything on that date, then you need to wait till you get the money and then take him out and pay for everything. But on the first date, wait, no.
We're American. Thank
you. If I'm sorry again. I'm not this 21st century online dating person. I'm from the old school. If you don't have the money, then keep your tail at home and play your video games. go back to work, save some money. If you cannot pay for the first date, then you don't need to go on the date, period.
Well,
pay for it.
Well,
now, if you after you go on that first date and she says, okay, well, maybe we can go Dutch, then fine. But on that first date, no, you are supposed to do some impressing here. Okay, show yourself off. Hopefully this is who you are. And so, yeah, pay for everything. Pick her up on time. I would even say get her some candy, get her a rose or even a bouquet of flowers. I don't care. Get her some kind of beautiful gift, because that does a lot. I believe it does a lot to show the kind of person you are, the person that I hope you think you are. So if you're a nice guy, then be the nice guy. If you are the kind of you think you Mr. Lover Man, then be Mr. Lover Man, but only be that lover man with one person. Don't try to have a whole slew of them.
STI, Dad.
So listen. STI, okay. So, I'm still learning. So, but yeah.
I definitely agree. But I think that women also have to understand this thing that is, you literally set the boundaries for how you want to be dated. I am an American. If you ask me out on a date, ain't no way I'm going to turn into a Dutch. I don't know what to tell you. Ain't no Dutch. And if I have to pay for my own food, my friend, delete me. Block me. Okay? Because you're never going to hear from me again. No, we're not doing this again. You want to know why? Because y'all pay for y'all homeboys with no problem.
That's true.
And then y'all just be like, man, you owe me, it's fine. You just catch me next time. It's cool. So you pay for your homeboys without no problem. And then you all out here like, it's expensive to be able to date females. Well, the problem is, sir, is that you won't invest the actual time for your return of investment. ROI, hello, you business majors.
Now, can I say this too? A date does not have to be expensive. It doesn't.
It just has to be considered.
You just have to, if you don't, you should know how to show a good time without having to just throw out a whole bunch of money. I mean, especially with me living here in the Hampton Roads area now since 2009, there's a whole lot more to do here than it was to do back home in Indiana. Yeah. And so, I mean, there's just a ton of things you do. I mean, there's an actual beach. Yeah. Several beaches in the area. I mean, there's a lot of parks. There's a lot of there's putt-putts.
Yeah, but I think that once again, this is the luxury of online dating, though, is that you literally get to ask these questions about this person before you ever meet them. So if I am a man, and this is why the Lord knew, because I'd be a player from the Himalayas if I was a man. Okay. And the reason why is because all it takes is a small amount of consideration. Do you see that? My hands is barely touching. That's how much consideration it actually takes. So if you're talking to her and you know that she likes seafood, she likes anime, she likes to be able to hear live music, she likes the beach, and she likes sports and X, Y, and Z, you have been given enough information to pick a date, to pick an event that she is actually going to enjoy, to pick a restaurant that she's actually going to enjoy. Because it's like, oh, what are you doing today? Oh, nothing. I'm just going to go pick up some ice cream. Boom, 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 boom. I really like strawberry ice cream. Okay. So now you have enough information to be able to be like, okay, she likes ice cream. Cool. Keep that in your pocket, right? You talking to her. She really likes to go to the movies, and she's been looking at this one movie that she's interested in being able to see. Okay, cool. Set that up. Hey, what are you doing on Saturday? I, too, want to see Pirates of the Caribbean. If you don't want to see Pirates of the Caribbean, tell your mother. But go see Pirates of the Caribbean, okay? And then what you're able to do is, after you do something that she enjoys, then you can expose her to something that you enjoy. Right. Women are very open to that. It doesn't matter. As long as we're enjoying your company, it's great. So Hazel, what's this question you asking the people out here?
She trying to get a what's that thing?
What are your thoughts?
A question.
of older women, a cougar, men dating outside of their age bracket. You want mine? I'm gonna tell you this, Miss Hazel. It ain't none of my business. Take it to the Lord in prayer. But I will say that people mature at a different rate, right? So I remember when I was 25, I was talking to my mom, and my mom was like, Tori, what's the oldest guy that you would date? And I was like, no, maybe about 27, maybe 28. And my mom was literally like, you'd even be fine dating a 30-year-old. You'd be perfectly fine. There wouldn't be anything wrong. I have people in my family that are 11 and 12 years apart and things like that. And you also see those that may have a 20-year apart type situation. Now, I'm going to tell you what I know to be true. If you're old, sick, dying, rich, and ready to go, I will marry you.
That's a new one on me, y'all.
You hear me? If you're rich, sick, old, dying, and ready to go.
Okay, there was one thing in the headlines not too long ago where a guy, he's like in his 60s, just married a girl. She just turned 18. Thoughts?
Nah, I couldn't agree with that.
Nah.
Because, I mean, she's only 18 years old and he's 60-something. So more than likely, I couldn't even see an 18-year-old wanting to stick with someone who's 60. And then when she's out there and she's still maturing into her body, and then her mind is growing, and then she starts to, she's going to want to be around people her own age.
Yes.
And then at that, then she was like, how do I get out of this relationship?
You need to die.
With this 60-year-old guy.
Life insurance on fleek. Listen, well, what about, let me ask this. And I'm going to ask the ladies too. I want to ask the ladies too. See, even Hazel agreed, 1 foot in the grave and rich. I want to know, what is the oldest age gap that you have dated? How was it 5 years, 6 years, 10 years? Either way. Now, if they were older than you, then you have to put plus X amount of years. If they were younger than you, then you have to say minus X amount of years, because we want to know if we need to call the child protection services.
Well, my.
All right. Y'all got the question, Jess? Everybody?
Yeah, we got the
Hazel,
question.
What's the age gap? Plus a certain amount of age. Just plus 8
Mine
years.
was 10. I won.
All right, y'all kind of quiet on there. Where you at, Nikki? Where you at? I want to know. All right. Plus 3.
I think between my mom and dad, I think it's 7 years?
Yeah, I did it.
Hey, mom, dad, is it 7 years difference between you guys?
Come on, Madeline, with the 9. 20.
Renee
Hazel, talk about it. Tell us. Speak your truth. Here's a safe.
Have somebody 9 years younger.
Here's a safe space. Who said 17? Pamela, it's a safe space now.
All right, 17 years my senior.
This is a safe space.
We need to hear some stuff from Madeline.
And he was younger 9 years? Was he still on Similac?
Going to the gym a lot.
Hey.
Okay, mom said
6. Okay, 6 years.
No, that's 6. That ain't bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. And she said
6.
Yeah.
My actual 6.
Yeah, I did. There was a 41-year-old. So no, it was more like 12 because it was actually last year. There's a 41-year-old. I'll tell you the difference is that when it comes down to the age difference, you can tell the type of life that they're in based off of how you interact with them. So I've come to realize that if you're in your 40s and you're trying to talk to me, Jess, you ain't lied. But if I've come to realize if you're in your 40s and you're trying to talk to me, the probability of you wanting to have another child is very slim. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a kid. I don't know what to tell you. And so I kind of make sure to be able to take a look at that. 18. Come on, 18. But it really does vary person to person. But typically, that you ain't never dated older. Hey, my God. Well.
Me either.
I mean, but that's normal for a guy.
I mean, isn't it true that a guy like matures at a slow rate? I mean, y'all chime in because
Well,
we can ready to
In
land
reverse
this-
is what they mature
But
now.
we may mature at a different rate. But
Well,
I have
Hazel was on a cool.
see, because I was gonna say now.
that's not cougar. That's 6 years.
Back in the
I
day
know, I'm
before
just saying.
I had facial hair.
You just got this yesterday.
There were some older women who were trying to, pull me in.
Not pull you in.
And hey, I will say this. I'm gonna say this story because mom was involved in this one. When some older woman was trying to pull me in, and my mom, again, women are very smart. They know, they can see things. She saw this woman, and she basically had to let her know, with her 5'11" and a half foot height self, told this woman that you better stay away from my son. And I think I was 19 years old.
Hey, my God.
And this woman was in her 30s.
Just a babe in
And
this
so,
field.
yeah, and I really wasn't even dating at that time. I was just trying to work. I was trying to get my first car. So,
well, she could have bought it.
But my mom was like, no, head to the no, keep your butt away from my son.
Yeah.
And so, thank you, Mom, because ain't no telling how I would have turned out. So thank you, Lord. Praise the Lord. My mom knew.
Yeah. I think that there's really not much difference when it comes down to the age thing, but I'm gonna just be 100% honest with y'all. I don't even see myself, if you are younger than me and a male, what are we talking about? But this is me trying to figure out what we talking about. And there was literally me and my friend, we went to Vegas, and there was a 26-year-old who was like, I'm really interested in you. You should take my number because I'm interested in you and I will date you and I want to talk to you and X, Y, and Z. Can I take you out on a date here while we're in Vegas? And I was like, no. You know what I smell? It's the smell of baby magic wafting off of your skin. Is that Johnson & Johnson I smell? Huh?
Give him a pacifier.
At this point, I was like, are you using Enfamil or Similac? Like what? Boy, get out of here. Okay, I know they carded you 4 times. They carded you 4 times before they let you up in this here establishment. And so it's just because this generation of men, it's baby magic wafting. It's wafting. And a sippy cup. And it's just because this generation of men, like where I am, I'm a lot more mature for my age and I get it all the time. So though I'm 30, I am more mature, closer to about 34 maturity level. Now, that being said, do I date 34-year-olds? It depends. It depends, but really my cap tends to be about 33. And that's what it is. And on the other side of things, in the negatives, 29, literally right underneath me. Smack dab. Or you got to be my age. It's just because of where I am in life. Like at this point, a lot of the young people, like the young guys, you're still trying to have fun. You're still just trying to try out things. You're really not serious about life. You're definitely not thinking about marriage and some other stuff. And you see me and you're like, oh, you're cute. And you might be deceived. I look like I'm in my 20s. I get it. But I'm not. I ain't. Okay. I do wear hoodies and baggy pants sometimes. So I understand why I blend in. But I don't think that I don't think that a lot of men right now that are younger are more mature. Not applesauce, my Lord. Hey, my God. But yeah.
But I would say just so that I know that that a lot was said, a lot of bad things were said about how guys are these days, and I'm going to say, I'm sure some of the same actions were done in the past. But for those of you guys out there that really are some really good guys, and you have very good intentions, I would say, please make yourself known, because
That's good.
I know personally there are a lot of young ladies out there, my daughter's age, younger than my daughter, like our bonus daughter, Shayla. And I know that there are some older women. I know some older women who are in their 30s and 40s and 50s who are really nice women. Okay.
Email us.
So yeah. So I mean,
sounds like a plea.
I'm just saying is that I'm just saying it's time out. It's time out for the games, y'all. I don't care what y'all see on TV. I don't care what y'all see in videos. You know, all these the whatever. On just stop playing the games. If you know that you are a good guy, you have a good heart, then show it. I mean, show it. Okay, stop. Just if look, if you heard my wife, she says email us. I would say, look, inbox me.
Now listen,
Inbox me.
this turned into an infomercial for baked goods that I didn't even know was happening.
And look, because you know, I would be a happy father to know that my daughter is dating somebody worthwhile. Okay, and
boy, y'all just ain't gonna
so
stop.
I'm sorry, but I'm just as tired as she's tired of the games. I'm tired. I'm tired. I want the best for my daughters.
Lord.
Because you know, look, they already know. I've asked some of the guys that they brought home.
Don't do that. I ain't brought not a soul to this house.
I will ask you. And then the first one of the well, no, I'm not gonna say that. But I will.
That's wisdom. He's gonna get in trouble by a female. You know which one.
But I will definitely, you know, ask you some questions. I want to put my eyes on you. I definitely want to put my eyes on you. That's an old saying. I want to put my eyes on you.
But we also want you to be able to come home. Like this is my dad. If I can't bring you to my family, if I can't bring you to my friends, baby, ain't nothing for us to talk about. What we talking about? Because I'm telling you right now, as much as I try to shake that Nina Anderson girl, she like a tick. I can't shake her. What? Okay. So eventually you got to meet the people.
They actually can't shake each other.
Okay.
So,
she a tick.
But yeah, I mean, but Tori's exactly right. If my daughters cannot bring you to our house to meet her parents, then you know, stop wasting your time, man. Stop wasting your time because
not to mention we're just gonna pray you away anyway.
Not exactly, because I think
I will.
Let me answer that. Nina has prayed quite a few guys away, and at the same time, I didn't tell her I was praying too. I just didn't tell her I was praying. But
we were in agreement.
But I'm not to say that every dude that was brought to our house, you know, we didn't like. There was some guys that we did like, but for some reason or another, you know, things just didn't work out. But
who's these guys that you was liking?
Well, that's when Tania gets on the scene. Then I'll talk about. But but yeah, you hear that, Tania? You need to get on here.
My Lord.
So
Tara, to answer your question, Tori, do you let friends or family hook you up? Tori, if you can bring, Tori, do you let friends or family hook you up? I do have a rule around this. There are people that I would allow to hook me up. One person, Dad, he can. Someone who cannot, Nina, she cannot. Someone who can, Joso Inyong, can. Somebody who cannot, everybody else. Hear me out. No, Pop. See, it's the men in my family that can. And Mimi. I think Mimi and Pop would do really, really good. Because what Mom will pick is Mom will pick who she thinks I should have, not someone that I would like. Mom would be like, I think that he's great. Did you see this about him? This is fantastic. And I'm like, girl, I don't want this man. But my dad, yes, I don't mind. My best friend Joso, yes, I would not mind. And it's just because I know that they would ask questions that I would want to know. And they would say no for reasons that I would say no. That Nina Anderson, she can't be trusted. She out here wanting grandchildren and stuff, so she's a little desperate.
But then the questions, see, she said questions. Renee, those questions, yes. I'm going to say, hard questions. Ask the hard questions. If you really need to do that, because I mean, If they can't answer the hard questions,
Well,
then they need to keep on moving. If they can answer the hard questions, or at least attempt to ask or answer the hard questions, they're worth a try.
hit the road.
They're worth a try. And when I say hard questions, I'm talking about, will you go to church with me?
Well,
Are you the kind of person that likes to budget or don't budget?
well,
How many kids do you want to have, or
How
do
many
you
kids
not
do you
want to have kids?
Right.
Or how many kids do you have?
Or
Now,
how many kids have people said that you have?
well.
No, we got to go deep.
Okay, we're gonna come deep.
Well,
No, she's not welcome today because we're wrapping up.
You're not me. Now listen. Okay, yeah. How many kids? Then there's the, you got to see them around their mother, so you need to be able to, there's.
But
Right.
you also need to ask them, do you want to get married? Like that is a very simple question. Do you want to get married?
And what is your definition of marriage?
Well, because listen, everybody out here is open.
with entanglement.
Okay, or
Yeah.
they out here doing the throuple and all this other stuff. You gotta use swingers. You gotta fight through the. Listen, how many baby mamas have you? Is the question. Not the ones you're claiming.
Right.
I need to know the actual count. Are there any possibles? Are there any cases pending?
And what relationships do you have with those baby mamas? Because that would say a lot about you too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's true.
so those are just a slew of hard questions
I mean,
that can be asked. And then create your own. That's something I can put out there right now. What kind of questions or hard questions would you ask your date?
Right.
What kind of hard questions would you ask your date?
Yeah, that's a good one. Put that in the chat as I close this out. All righty. So, it's been, hi y'all. I'm still here over in the corner, being harassed by my loving family. I just want to thank y'all for being a part of this. If you like this, please share this. Also, are you guys still talking? I'm talking, and the mic is over there. And I mean, look. Y'all need to see this. Y'all need to see this because they over there laughing. It just don't try to be innocent now because y'all was over there laughing at me, and it's just not okay.
No, not my daddy said that he was thirsty, so I gave him something to drink because the Bible says.
I can't today. I'm not dealing with that. This is what I will say. I will say that this conversation needs to continue. This conversation needs to continue because it's too much just to cover tonight. It's too much. It's too much, and we'll come out into a well that we can't come out of. Tamara says, does he know how to pray and hear from God? That's very, very good. Just a lot of good questions. Listen, we just wanted to chat. We wanted to laugh. We wanted to also let you know that it's not too late. I want to let you know it's not too late. I've got a good friend of mine just recently got married, and she was in her 40s, and perfect. They did the work. They put the work in. And all I can say is whenever you get married, you're going to have to put the work in. Not only are you going to have to put the work in, but marriage is an investment. So you have to, and some of you don't reap some of the benefits for a while. So you've got to be willing to put the work in. So it's not just about getting down the aisle, okay? It's not just about getting down the aisle. It's okay. I would say to you, look outside of your comfort zone, number one. Number two, I would say get out there, but have other people that you're bouncing things off of. So there are some good dating apps out there. Just make sure that your friends know what's going on. Make sure that he didn't say, oh man, my car broke down. I need some money. You got to listen.
Standards.
Yeah, you got to have some boundaries. And if you don't know what those boundaries are, talk to Tori, because Tori it should be able to write a book about. We talked about that before, Tori, about you writing a book on dating, on online dating. And then also make sure that that it's the Lord's timing for you. If you're still wounded, you don't need to be dating nobody anyway, because you a mess. So you just a lot of different things, okay? I love y'all, but I got to get off this line because they just talk so much. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I have to endure?
Oh,
and y'all thought that I was the extrovert. But any last words, guys, before I go? We see.
Are you talking to us?
Yes. See what I'm talking about. Any last words?
So I creep. Yeah. Just keep it on the down low.
Hey, hey, I will say this. I'm glad I'm a married man now. That's all I gotta say. Because after listening to Tori tonight, woo, man, I don't know if I could have handled this 21st century dating, y'all. I don't know if I could. I really don't. I really don't. I'm glad I met Nina when I met her. So thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. But hey, again, I know there's some good guys out there.
They just probably stink and don't dress well.
You know what?
There's some good guys out there.
We get ready to close this down. Tori, would you pray for the people because you done scared them half to death?
Whoa, my Father God. Lord, we thank you so much for this conversation, Lord. And it's not so much about the who's better than who's doing right and who's doing wrong. It's more so about being able to establish healthy communications, to be able to communicate with the opposite sex about building a life together, about what it is that you desire, and about how you are willing and or able to work with someone to be able to build the life that you ultimately have for us, oh God. And so we thank you so much for these type of candid conversations where we can laugh and we can be ourselves. We can also learn from one another. And let a lot of those single women who feel like they're alone or they're going through a bad patch as far as dating, let them know that you are not alone.
Amen.
I am literally here with you, and so is the Lord. And that there is nothing that's impossible for God. And so, Lord, we still rely on you, and we thank you, and we thank you for this community that we're building to be able to present ourselves as people that are willing to do the work of relationship. And so we thank you so much for this time, and we look forward to seeing you guys again in Jesus' name.
Amen.